Hey team, happy Wednesday. It is not the normal day for the shift show, but I am doing this a day early because I've got some other things going on tomorrow. And today is going to be about shifts in the first place. So, if you don't know the story behind the shift show, this came out of a conversation I had with Jennifer Sherwood when I was interviewing her for my podcast during the pandemic. And I said it would be easy to think of the pandemic as a shit show, but in fact, it's been more of a shift show. I had to shift my business, etc. And I was thinking about this again because just about a week ago, I completed with my team, both the team that I work with, which is CJ, and with the team that I was placed on, which was Team Kiki, which is, I can't remember what it stands for. No, it Kick It something. It's cute. The names are adorable. Anyway, it's run by Front Row VIP, which is Jen Lehner and her team. And it is an opportunity for 4 weeks. You focus in on a project that you've been meaning to do, that you get really excited about, but you never get to. And so you've got all this extrinsic accountability. And I've talked in the past about how when you have an ADHD brain, it's really helpful to have extrinsic accountability to keep you on track. So I had set this goal. It's very funny because I went into the challenge. I was like program, and I couldn't get program out of my head. Into the challenge with two ideas. One was to create a program. That's where I was getting program, a course based around the Google Calendar workshop I held fairly recently. The other was to reach out to psychiatrists, psychotherapists, psychologists, and begin to build relationships for referrals. And I opted to do the latter. I was going to do the reaching out, et cetera. It's something that I've been kind of putting off a little bit because I didn't know how to do it, a little bit because it just feels onerous. And that's exactly the time when you need extrinsic accountability. But then something shifted and it was sort of out of my control. Not entirely, because we can always choose to say yes or no. An opportunity landed in my lap. And that opportunity was to speak once again for the ADHD Toolbox, which, by the way, is running today and tomorrow. And then you can also watch recordings all the way through Friday. And Bob Dietrich and Elma Gavin are just two really great people who are very committed to people in the world of ADHD. They have great trainings, and they asked me to speak. And this is my third time speaking for ADHD Toolbox. First time I spoke on office organization. Second time I spoke on building habits. This time I talked about calendars. I'm kind of in this whole calendar and planning theme. And what happened was, other than it was a great talk and it was so fun to be interviewed by Alma, she's just a gem, was that anytime I was going to have to put towards the original goal, which was this psychiatrist, psychologist, etc., reaching out referral program, tanked, because when you're doing one of these conferences, one of these all day events where you are a speaker, one, they would really like you to promote, which is super awesome. I love to promote for them. I'm a big believer in the ADHD Toolbox. The other thing is that I like to create a special free offer for the people who are attending. So if you are attending, there is a guide called Busting Your 3-Time Management Myths. And what I do is talk about what those 3 myths are, and then what's the reality as opposed to the myth. And then I give a strategy. And not all strategies work for all ADHD brains, but there's just, some simple 3 strategies in there that you could give a try. So at any rate, we'll make the free opt-in. Then we realized, you're going to laugh because this is where this goes, that the best thing to kind of upsell, if I were to upsell, which doesn't happen during the conference, I'm not upselling at all, but there is a page in the guide which talks about the ability to take the course, which is for your time mastering your Google Calendar. It is the perfect upsell, I'm using that in quotation marks, from a talk on using your calendar. Well, we hadn't built the course. So the goal shifted from doing this outreach program to actually creating a course program, putting it all into Kajabi, getting it set up. And then out of that, and by the way, I kind of tell you this stuff because one, you got to remember, I've got like ADHD, so it's hard for me to focus. And luckily, I have CJ, who's fabulous business manager, who makes sure that I stay on track with things. And two, I tell you because it's hard to imagine what a small business owner does, because we kind of do all the things. And that means when an opportunity presents itself, other things are going to fall to the back burner. And honestly, my clients are not going to fall to the back burner. My health is not, my family is not. So this outreach thing went right out the window. And in retrospect, I realized I should have probably updated everything in the challenge, but I thought, oh, I can do two things. See, that's the ADHD right there, right? Oh, I can do two things. I can get this all done. That's not true. So I ended up, sorry, something in my eye, building this program off of the workshop, adding some things to it. CJ was remarkable in helping me get a lot of it done. And then we realized that from the program, we'd like to have an order bump, which means an opportunity for people to say they want something more. And so we've now built an offer called Google Calendar Mastery Session, which is a 1 hour meeting with me where I help you actually set up your Google Calendar, like very hands-on, right? So that all has to be built. And this all sounds really easy, but there's a lot of writing and a lot of getting images together. And God bless CJ, she makes great images. So she just does that whole part for me. But there's this whole knowing how to plan it out. And because it was a last minute opportunity, I didn't really sit down and plan out all the steps. I kind of did, meaning I've kind of just set that all out to my assistant and said, here are the things we need to do. And then she remembered things like we forgot to add tags. Tags are what you use to tell the system who's actually purchased something of yours or done another action within the system. That allows us to then keep track of what's happening with various clients. And it also allows us to target future marketing efforts, should that be something we want to do. There are automations to put in the background. There's just a whole lot of stuff. And had I known in advance that this was going to be what I did for the accountability challenge, I would have taken the first week and planned the heck out of it and really had it all spread out and said how I was going to do it over the course of 4 weeks. Really had about a week and a half to 2 weeks to get it all together, which is not enough time to put it, everything was built. So like, what do I mean by that? The trainings and education was already built. So that was easy. That was the easy part. But it's getting it all gathered and into one place and having all the upsells, etc. So very exciting. I want to get back to Toolbox. I'm going to add this banner so you all can see it. That is the link to sign up. Toolbox starts in, I think, about an hour from now. You can use that link, https://bit.ly/toolboxf for fall 24. And check out the speakers today. They're going to be amazing. I'm going to be watching live as much as I can. If you do the free version of ADHD Toolbox, you'll be able to watch the videos all the way through Friday. There are some of the top names in ADHD speaking, and they're always coming up with new topics. So there's always new things to learn. It's one of my favorite events to attend each year. And since I'm not going to the International Conference on ADHD this year, which is breaking my heart, but I can't, I've got another thing going on. Actually a retreat with my business coach, Nika Stewart. So join me at the Toolbox. My interview is tomorrow. It's recorded. Today is live. You can watch recordings till Friday. If you want, you can purchase all of the videos. I don't remember the exact price. I think it's $27, but it might be $29. So I'm going to say it's less than $30 to buy the recordings. You do get a special bonus. I am forgetting right now what that special bonus is, but that is a really, really good deal. Most people I know who sell the recordings of their events sell them for close to $97. So 27 or 29 is still a bargain, as they say. So check it out, bit.ly toolbox F24. It is a great chance for you to learn more about your ADHD brain. If you've already got 100 things on your plate, sign up, either purchase so you have the recordings in the long haul, or make sure that you set aside some time so you can watch everything between now and Friday. And with that, I am going to get off here and I am going to go record. I still have 2 more videos to record, one for the course and one for, I can't remember what, because CJ just gave me a list and I'm going to follow down it. It's okay to shift. It's okay to change your priorities. It's okay to take on an opportunity that's really exciting and new and just make it work, even if that means putting something else that you thought was important, and it is important. And we'll get to that referral process soon. It's great to jump on these opportunities. And if you get a chance like this to talk at one of these events, do it and make sure that you help promote it. Make sure that you offer something to the people who are attending. They're coming to see your talk. It's pretty neat if you can offer them something that's free and relatively easy for you to put together. And I hope to see you at Toolbox Fall 20 ADHD Toolbox the Fall 2024. Thanks for being here on the Shift Show. Happy shifting.